Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I want to share with you guys this journal that I made. It's called Rose Red, and I really wanted to make this journal as a rose themed journal, and so you will see a lot of red roses in here and a lot of vintage, like I used all this beautiful vintage wallpaper. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. It's tied up with this ribbon. And this is flower on it. And then it has these pieces here. This is a little envelope with some ephemera, some different pieces for you to use in the journal. And I'm gonna link the digitals that I've used below. This is an envelope digital that I have in my Etsy shop. This is another digital that I have in my shop. It's actually kind of like a little pocket in there. Okay, so now the journal. The cover is this beautiful vintage wallpaper, and I just love the flocking on here. I think it's so pretty. It's velvety. And then this is almost like a silk. It looks like a silk. Okay, so what I did for the spine, I really wanted to kind of showcase this beautiful vintage wallpaper. So I used some silk, and I did I hand stitched all these tiny little gathers on there. I'm hoping it comes up in the video. Let's see. So see all the little gathers. This is all hand stitched by me, and then there's another piece of fabric underneath, and so that's how I did I covered the spine with this, and I think it's so pretty. I love the gathers, and I love the way it works with the cover, and I'm loving this this journal. It has a lot of reds in it. I use pinks and some other colors, but I mainly use red. I actually went through all my digitals and all of the digitals I've purchased from other makers, and I printed everything out that had roses and red, and so I can use them in here, and I will link everything down below that I use. But if I miss anything, please ask me or let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to find those for you. So now this journal, it's a pretty thick journal. I made this journal basically inspired by Valentine's Day, but it doesn't necessarily need to be Valentine's Day because I used images that are mostly floral and Victorian. So you might see like a few hearts here and there, and you might see like the baby shrubs, but mostly you'll see it's just like a beautiful red themed journal with it's very Victorian looking, I would say. Okay, so this is one of the envelopes from my digitals. It's basically one of these ones. It's kind of like this. So I have a kit with envelopes, and I did some hand stitching there. This is vintage wallpaper, and so this tucks in right there. Okay, and then I have pieces here that you can use in the journal. This is a vintage book page. I love these pieces just to journal on, and you can add, little embellishments to it. So I added a few things that you can use yourself in here. Here's the cover page. I love this. I think it's so pretty. I have a bit of silk ruffle down here. This is a little tuck spot, and I have this, and it's got a little bead on there. Let's see if you can see that. So that gets tucked in here, and then this is actually a printable, and you can journal on the back, and then On this side you have the pretty birds and the script. I think that is so pretty. I love that. Okay, this is a pretty thick journal, as you can see. I'll let you know how many pages this is. I haven't counted it yet. I think it's close to, I think it's 100, but I'm not sure. Okay, so like I said, this is like, how cute is that right there? And then on this side, you can see the little cherub and the heart. And I feel like it's very Victorian. I think it's so pretty. Okay, and there's a little card, and this is just a journaling page that has been onion skin dyed, and I love that color. I think it looks so vintage and pretty, and that just gets tucked in here. This is scrapbook paper. This is a digital from Ruby and Pearl. This is one of my digitals, and I haven't released it yet, but I'll try to release it by the time I post this journal. Okay, this is again perfect for journaling or collaging. I think this is from my Rosie digital, I want to say. I'm not sure. Maybe it's from, yeah, I think it's from my Rosie digital. This little image right here is a digital from Michelle with tape and twine, and I'll link her below. This is again one of my ephemera pieces, and this is actually a little tuck spot. You can tuck like a little note in there if you wanted to. So I have these little guys. So I think this is the only Valentine's Day thing that really I have in here. Okay, so this is from chapter 1. This one right here is from Tanya with Let's Design Creative, and I love it. It's so pretty. I tried to add a lot of florals in this journal, a lot of roses and flowers. So okay, plenty of space for journaling. Okay, so this is from my Red Rose ephemera kit, and this right here is the fussy cut is from my envelopes kit, and I'll be releasing this one soon. Hopefully by the time again that I publish this video, I'll have these all ready to go in my Etsy shop. I actually made the envelope kit with these pretty fussy cut roses. I made it to use in this journal. I really wanted to have some envelopes like this to use, and I didn't have any vintage ones, so I thought, okay, let me make some. So that's kind of the idea. And so I have all these beautiful florals and envelopes in that kit. Okay, so this right here is another little tuck spot. So let's see. So you can basically just tuck something in here. Okay, and then the background right here, the background page is from Ruby and Pearl, and then this one is my digital. Okay, so this one right here with the pretty roses is from Tanya with Let's Design Creative, and then this one is one of my fussy cut digitals, and then these are some of my digitals also. So I used a mix of papers and digitals from just a lot of different makers. Like I said, I just went through and I printed everybody that had roses or red roses or florals that had like darker colors in it. So basically it's like a ledger page or a document with a red rose or a burgundy rose on top of it. See that? I love these so much. So I made these to use in this journal. I really wanted something like this for this journal. And I've also had a few requests for some collaging. So I'm adding some collaged elements or more collaged elements to my digitals. Okay, how pretty is that? Okay, again, this is from Ruby and Pearl, and I love it. It's perfect for journaling. I think this is her Christmas kit. And then this is one of my fussy cuts, and I just put it on top of there. So this is again like a letter with collage birds on it, and then book page, and it has actually, the book page is actually from Corinthians, where it talks about love. So I thought that was kind of perfect. And then here we have a coffee dyed paper, plenty of space for journaling. Here I have, this is also part of my rose ephemera kit. This is a vintage calling card and valentine printable from my shop that I used in here. And again, this is ruby and pearl. Okay, and that gets tucked in here. And also keep in mind, you can always tuck in papers here, little notes, letters, or journaling. This has been collaged with some vintage book pages and some vintage music sheet. I have this little piece of, I think this is silk. I think it's so pretty. This is another digital from my shop that I need to release. Okay, I have some bits and pieces here that I actually love to journal on these. I think it gives it a nice look and a nice touch, or even for, or these are even great for collaging. They get tucked in here. This is the other side of this image. So beautiful. Plenty of space for journaling on the back. This, I believe, is from Ruby and Pearl, I want to say. Okay, and this is another tuck spot. You can just tuck something in there, and then plenty of space for journaling. This is another vintage book page, and then how pretty is that? I love this vintage. This is actually a bit shiny. This is from a Victorian calendar. But I love these images so much, and I felt like it works so well in this journal with all the reds. So I love that. Okay, I did a little bit of collaging here, this little girl with the butterfly wings, and you can use it as a tuck spot. Okay, and then this is another one of those digitals with the, let me see if I can find the other side of it. So this is another one of those digitals with the roses on top of like script. So pretty. Okay, so this is another little tuck. It's a little tuck spot. These papers are perfect for collaging or using in your journal. And they are not connected. They are held in place with this little paper clip. Okay, and then I just tied this ribbon around it. So these can all be pulled out and used in the journal for collaging or whatever you would like. So this right here is from chapter 1. This is from my Rosie digital, and this, I'm not sure where it's from at this point, but again, pieces just to collage with. This right here is from Tanya Samuels. I love the mix of colors in there. I think it's so pretty. So Tanya Samuels with Let's Design Creative, and I will link her below. Okay, so this right here is, I think this is from my Rosie digital. I added one of these in here, so you can, basically a letter, and you can actually, basically a letter, and you can actually journal on the back side, or you can use it for collaging. And they get tucked in here. And then I have the little strip, it's like faux washi with roses on there, and I love this image that I used. This is from Marlene with New Uniquely Ella, and how darling is this? I used some of her digitals in here also. This is from my Rosie digital, and I made this little envelope. This is actually inspired by Kathleen Suddenby. I actually did a tutorial on how to make these jewelers envelopes, and so I kind of took it, but I kind of changed it up a little bit. I actually used a real envelope on the inside, and I kind of made it kind of the same shape as she did. So I think that's so cute. And then inside I have a few bits and pieces. How cute is that little girl right there? And then this is like a little piece of lace that you can kind of use for embellishing something. And then this is a little ephemera card. And then again, one of those roses. I love these so much. And these can be added anywhere as kind of like decorations on your page. They're so pretty. Okay, so these go back in here. Okay, so this is a vintage calling card and Valentine printable from my shop that I used in here. And again, this is ruby and pearl. Okay, and that gets tucked in here. And also keep in mind, you can always tuck in papers here, little notes, letters, or journaling. This has been collaged with some vintage book pages and some vintage music sheet. And I have this little piece of, I think this is silk. I think it's so pretty. This is another digital from my shop that I need to release. Okay, I have some bits and pieces here that I actually love to journal on these. I think it gives it a nice look and a nice touch. Or even for, or these are even great for collaging. They get tucked in here. This is the other side of this image. So beautiful. And plenty of space for journaling on the back. This, I believe, is from Ruby and Pearl, I want to say. This is one of my red rose, again, one of my red rose printables, and I just want to show you guys how you can and then this is a little tuck spot, and I need something to put in there. Okay, let's use this. And then this is another tuck spot. You can just tuck something back here. Okay, and this is another tuck spot. You can just tuck something in there, and then plenty of space for journaling. This is another vintage book page, and then how pretty is that? I love this vintage. This is actually a bit shiny. It was from a vintage, this is from a Victorian calendar. But I love these images so much, and I felt like it works so well in this journal with all the reds. So I love that. Okay, I did a little bit of collaging here, this little girl with the butterfly wings, and you can use it as a tuck spot. Okay, and then this is another one of those digitals with the, let me see if I can find the other side of it. So this is another one of those digitals with the roses on top of like script. So pretty. Okay, so this is another little tuck, it's a little tuck spot, but inside, so I tied this around, and these pieces actually come out. They're not, so these pieces come out, they're not connected except through the little, they're just held in place with the little paper clips. So these are, okay, so these papers are, these are perfect for collaging or using in your journal, and they are not connected. They are held in place with this little paper clip. Okay, and then I just tied this ribbon around it. So these can all be pulled out, and then you can just use this. So these can all be pulled out and used in the journal for collaging or whatever you would like. Okay, here's another little piece. Got some lace right there. This again is from Tanya with Let's Design Creative. Okay, this is from one of my Rose Digitals. I have a bunch of okay, so this is from chapter 1. So this right here is from chapter 1. This is from my Rosie Digital, and this, I'm not sure where it's from at this point, but again, pieces just to collage with. This right here is from Tanya Samuels. I love the mix of colors in there. I think it's so pretty. So Tanya Samuels with Let's Design Creative, and I will link her below. Okay, so this right here is, I think this is from my Rosie Digital. I added one of these in here, so you can, basically a letter, and you can actually, it's basically a letter, and you can actually journal on the back side, or you can use it for collaging. And they get tucked in here. Okay, and then I have the little strip. It's like faux washi with roses on there, and I love this image that I used. Okay, this is from Uniquely Ella. This is from Marlene with Uniquely Ella, and how darling is this? I used some of her digitals in here also. This is from my Rosie Digital, and I made this little envelope. Actually, this was inspired by, oops. Okay. Actually, okay, so how does it go? Okay, so this is this digital right here is from my Rosie collection. And this is actually inspired, the way the envelope opens, it's actually inspired by this is actually inspired by Kathleen Sudby. She's on my design team. She actually did a tutorial on how to make these jewelers envelopes, and so I kind of took it, but I kind of changed it up a little bit. I actually used a real envelope on the inside, and I kind of made it kind of the same shape as she did. So I think that's so cute. And then inside I have a few bits and pieces. And then inside I have a few bits and pieces. How cute is that little girl right there? And then this is like a little piece of lace that you can kind of use for embellishing something. And then this is a little ephemera card, and then again one of those roses. I love these so much, and these can just be added anywhere, and these can be added anywhere as kind of like decorations on your page. They're so pretty. Okay, so these go back in here. You can actually close it this way, but I have it this way for some reason. I'm not even sure why. Okay, so this is how it goes. And it gets tucked in there. Okay, and then this is a vintage document. And I love this idea. I've seen a lot of people use it, but the last person that I've seen do something like this was Kathleen Sudby, and you guys should go check out her videos because she has some really great tutorials on how to use how to do this, and she shows different ways to basically have your page closed that way. And she also made this envelope, this type of envelope, so she has some really great tutorials. Okay, so here I have another piece of, it's a vintage ephemera printable, and I love the colors in this. So pretty. And then I had to include this one because it says more love to thee. So I love that. I think it's pretty. It's perfect for this journal. This page right here is from Marlene with Uniquely Ella, and how darling is this page? So, so cute. This is a book page. And then this right here is, again, one of the roses from my envelope kit. I basically made an envelope kit. I should show it to you guys. I'll show it to you guys right here. Okay, so basically I have the envelope and different fussy cut roses so that you can decorate the envelopes and kind of like make your own pretty envelopes. Okay, and then here's a coin envelope. This is also my Etsy shop, and I love using these coin envelopes. I think they're so, so pretty. And isn't that image stunning? Okay, and so what I love to do is I tuck things in here that I want to use in the journal, and then once, let's say I use this on a page somewhere, afterwards I have my journaling paper that I can still tuck into here, and it keeps everything private. And if I want to share my journal or show somebody my journal, my private thoughts are kind of hidden away in a coin envelope, or sometimes I'll show you guys, sometimes I'll just tuck them underneath here, or I can write on here and then just cover it up like that with ephemera. So that's kind of like what I like to do. That way I can feel free to kind of just journal in my journal. Okay, so this page, I love this so much. I think it's so pretty. This is from my Rosie collection. And then, again, so for this one right here, I have a new digital with neutral letters and documents, and how pretty is the script. I think it's so beautiful. And so I really wanted to have my own neutral kit with just like neutral colors, because I have documents and letters in purple and green. I think I might even have some in pink, I'm not sure. And a lot of my digitals already have some letters or scripts in them, but I wanted to have a kit that has just script, just like the letters and the ledgers and the like all kinds of documents, antique and old documents in there that I can just grab and use in my journal. So I actually have a new kit again coming out soon. Hopefully I'll get to post it soon, but that's kind of what this is from. And so when I'm not feeling good, or if I'm tired, that's what I'll do. I'll just work on my digitals, because that's kind of like one thing that I love to do. And I feel like sometimes if I'm just playing with digitals and I don't have to like put anything out, it's really fun for me to just like work with them. Okay, so I made a journaling card out of this. Isn't this pretty? This is like I want to say it's like a restaurant card, like a mailer almost that you might get in the mail. And I hung on to it for a while. I thought it was so pretty. I knew I wanted to use it in a journal, and I think it works so perfect in here. Okay. Okay, this is from chapter 1. So pretty. Some more ephemera. Perfect place for journaling. How beautiful is this garden? I love that. Okay, this is also from Merlene with Uniquely Ella. How cute is this collage? I just love it. And so here I made little tuck spots. So again, you can tuck your journaling in there or your little pieces. This also comes with my envelope kit, printable. This opens up, and again, a ton of space for journaling or collaging or just adding your own pieces to it. Okay, and then this is mine, and this is mine also. And this actually opens up and you have a few pieces in there. How cute is that? Okay, that gets tucked in there. More space for journaling. Let's see. And then you got another little tuck spot there. Isn't that pretty? This is a thicker paper. It's like a cover of a magazine or of like a book. I thought that was so pretty. I just wanted to use it in here. More pieces, and then a book page. How pretty is this? I love, love, love this so much. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, and again, more pieces. This is also from Marlene with Uniquely Ella. This is some decorative stationery. This is a new release also. This is from Marlene. How cute is she? She's so adorable. And then more journaling space. And how beautiful is that? I love that. Okay. And another tuck spot right there. This is the back page. And then this is another envelope on the back page. This could be a tuck spot right there. And then this right here comes out and you have another place to journal. And this has been coffee dyed. And then that just tucks in here. Okay, and then that is the journal. Here's that pretty side view. Okay, so it has 5 signatures. And the spine is actually painted gold, so that when you see it, you can see a little bit of gold in there. Okay, so this is the journal. I hope you guys liked it and found it inspiring. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you so much for watching.